Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the WCW Worldwide Review Series for the um, 3rd of October, 1992. We are quickly approaching the end of 92. We are coming up on 1993. I also do have a couple of 1990 and 91 editions of same program to add in. So, probably going to have maybe about 100 of these before we're done, maybe a few more. As you know, I only do the full program because I'm a completist in that way. Zinc and Bagwell are up here as enhancement or in an enhancement match. Basic stuff, nothing worth necessarily writing home about. Mark Canterbury, who later becomes um, Henry Godwin and George South, your enhancement talents here. South been around forever. I think he still wrestles upon occasion, at least he did before the pandemic. Bagwell and the Z-Man, an on-again, off-again team over the next few months through late 92, early 93. Idea here, pretty simple. You get the baby faces who look good over, and arm drags, arm bars, and the like. Cut the ring off where they can. Not exactly worth super writing home about. Bagwell with the crossbody along the way here. Deep arm drag by Bagwell, and he takes his man up and over and around, pretty simply put. Back super kick by Z-Man, and he gets a victory here. Rude hyping the eventual NWA title win that he promises to come at the Halloween Havoc show. Halloween Havoc, of course, your spin the wheel, make the deal transition. Highlights of Kensuke Sasaki and Masachono are here. Chono, of course, coming over for the benefit of the NWA Championship match. Sasaki, I believe. Rude defeated in Japan as well in the same basic tournament. Dan Spivey here, and not exactly a good, or actually Dan Spivey is in future episodes, not this one. Shane Douglas here in an enhancement talent match, though Douglas, who eventually becomes a primarily tag team competitor eventually with Ricky Steamboat, is here. Douglas manages a hanging suplex at the time, vertical style. Douglas also hits the belly-to-belly suplex. Had a brief alliance with the wonder of the belly-to-belly suplex from previous generation, Magnum TA, endorsing him a bit. That is there. World Tag Team Champions Williams and Gordy hanging the belts high overhead, still continuing to be as confident as before in their ability to keep the belts underhand, underfoot, and all that is there. Gordy manages to brawl around as one would expect him to do, dominating the adversary as much as he can. Big back body drop up into the lights goes the benefit of the tag team champions. And the Oklahoma Stampede gets a victory for the champions at the hands of Steve Williams. Sting promises that he doesn't care what comes up on the wheel at Halloween Havoc. He's going to vanquish Jake the Snake once and for all. The benefit of Ron Simmons is he's going to handle both Cactus Jack and the wonder that is the Barbarian. Cactus, of course, the mentor or mastermind behind the Barbarian at this point. And a couple of highlights of a previous week's main event with the Barbarian scoring a victory over Ron Simmons in tag team division work. The Jake Roberts in a Halloween Havoc enhancement promo series basically says that he does not believe under any circumstances that Jake Roberts is ready for the or that Sting is ready for the enhanced insanity that is the spin the wheel, make the deal match, which ends up being a letdown. Coal Miner's glove match, eventually we will cover that. Sting and Scott Steiner and I believe Rick Steiner against members of the Dangerous Alliance here. So the Steiners and Sting versus Rude, Anderson, and Eaton as your main event here. They give them about 15 minutes or so. Good match. I'm not a fan of six-mans as I've mentioned before, but this is definitely worthwhile. The matches between Sting and Rude that have gone on for almost a year now continue here. Sting gets rolled onto his shoulder by Rude and almost gets a quick flip over victory. Does Rude with the use of leverage. Rude does the hip swivel and Sting has had enough in inverted atomic drop. Remember that Medusa starts coming out with Rude at this point more so than Paul Lee dangerously does. Also remember that this match here, more here to fill time for the Dangerous Alliance than anything else and does so effectively. Arn Anderson comes in and goes to work on Sting pretty aggressively in the corner for a minute. Sting, though, spins him around and away we go. Worldwide continues after commercial break with this particular match. Proof that timing of matches is not the issue that it is today back then, but still an issue nonetheless. Scott Steiner and Rick Rude square off, test of strength. Rude is obviously still your leader for the Dangerous Alliance and does execute this test of strength relatively well, comparatively speaking. Hard shots by Rude and cuts off the ring. Rick Steiner comes in and tries to go to town. Does go to town on Arn Anderson. Easy for me to say. Back elbows and Anderson goes out to the floor, or out to the apron more accurately, and gets caught for his trouble. Rick Steiner obviously still the power of the Steiner brothers. Bobby Eaton comes in and gets bounced around a little bit. Misses of a kind of a miscue of a clothesline in the corner. Doesn't lead well for the Steiners. Cut off on Scott Steiner as he's cut off in the Dangerous Alliance corner. A couple minutes later, and Medusa, happy with that determination. The match kind of goes into a continuation of hype for the Halloween Havoc. We go back to the match. Rude back in control of the contest. Sitting out on Scott Steiner's back with a reverse chinlock. And eventually the babyfaces do power up here. Although kind of powering up at the final minute or so of the contest because, well, the last minute tag team run is there. Tag off finally. Sting comes in and cleans house, as one would expect with the world champion in that position to do, especially a babyface world champ. All 6 guys in the ring, and the match goes into chaos. Stinger splash in the corner on Sting. Arn Anderson, who may be the legal man, doesn't really seem to matter because Sting gets the victory for the team anyway, and we close with that in mind here in the first of the October offerings of Worldwide Wrestling 1992.